Today on the rural project we're stacking firewood in the firewood shed, and then we'll head to the top of the hill and we'll start clearing the land in that area and chip it all with the Hansa C21 chipper. Well, good morning, welcome back to the rural project. My name's Chris and I'm here back at my land today. So last time you saw me I was down at the bottom of Slippery Hill and I was working my way along the gully heading off to the left using the excavator and the chainsaws to clear some trees down there. And almost the next day after I left last time it started to rain. It rained for several days. I came back here hoping to just to carry on the job, thinking I'll be fine with the excavator, and hey, I did all that work in last winter on Slippery Hill, making sure that it's not slippery anymore by building the road surface up. But anyway, Slippery Hill lived up to its name, and without any gravel on there I was slipping and sliding my way back up after driving down, to the point where I've only been down here that one time. I haven't come down again. The road's still pretty slick. What I did is basically just walk the chainsaws down there and bucked up all the logs that were in that area. So the tree that was there fell into that area. When I left this area last time, there were full of large branches in this area. So I've been through pulled them all out, bucked them to length and dropped them all down the hill there, as you can see. So I was hoping to bring the car and trailer along here and pick all those up, because there's quite a few loads there. It's just not going to be possible with how wet it is. So what I have been doing is I've been working up at the top of the land, just near the main road, clearing some trees in that area. It's needed doing for a lot of years. So I worked on that the other day. I didn't bother videoing it because it was all just messy work, but I brought a heap of rounds back to where the log splitter is in the processing area, and I split a fair few of those. So today we're going to get into those split logs, get them stacked, and then we'll start processing back up at the top of the hill again, and I'll bring you with me for that. So what you can see behind me is the wood store, log splitter covered, and that's the nice jag of wood that I've brought up. So all these rounds were from the top of the hill. As you can see, I did work my way through some of the wood that was already here. In the past you'll have seen I left a lot of big rounds just sat there. Been through all of those, split them. So this morning we're going to get in and we're going to stack, let's do an hour's work or something. We'll stack as much of that as I can get done, get it back into this bay, and give all of this wood the maximum amount of time split, so drying out for next winter, so 12 months from now. Okay, so let's get the time lapse going. See me in fast action, and then we'll get up to the top of the hill and we'll get the chainsaws out and get into some of that. Okay, so that is one full layer, or one full row of firewood stacked. And this stuff it's the wettest wood I've ever had to deal with. I'm really glad I'm getting it in here early, so it's going to get that whole year to try and dry out. But yeah, all the stuff I've been dealing with in the past has been sort of dry or a little bit of moisture. Nothing like this stuff. Some of it has got a really thick bark and it's just acted like a sponge. So what's left here is just some odds and sods there, which I'll sort out next time, and then all the rounds which need to be put through the log splitter. As you can see, the ground has got a thick layer of bark that's sort of fallen off as these things have been thrown around. What I'll do is, once I've moved all of this, which will be another week or two's time when I come back, I'll get the rake out and we'll just sort of rake all of this and then let the ground dry out as well. Otherwise all the soil that's underneath these stones, that'll be getting soaking wet, and I'll be having issues there as well. So right, what I'm going to do now, head back up the hill. I'll bring you with me in a minute. I'm going to go up there, just have a bit of a tea break, something to eat and a drink, and then I will make a start on the wood at the top of the hill. Alright, catch me in a minute. So you saw one thing I didn't actually show you was, so all of this wood has all come from the top of the hill. So it's all sort of stood up there. Again, the wood underneath, inside, the actual the core wood is nice and solid, but the bark itself's pretty rotten. We've got some wood here, iron bark. This stuff is absolutely solid wood. But anyway, it's all stacked there. It'll stay there, and it'll help it dry out a bit until I can bring up the swing saw, and that's currently at the bottom of Slippery Hill, stuck there, because like I said, I can't get down there anymore. So I'll leave this stuff just stacked here, and what I'm going to do is, as I'm working through the wood at the top of the hill, any more lengths of wood that we find that would go through the swing saw better than spending time with a chainsaw, I'll put them in the back of the car or the trailer, and we'll bring them here and stack them for the future. So I'm at the top of the hill now, got the chipper out. It's the small pile of wood that we're going to go through. You can see off in the distance there, that's the view to the shed, and then dropping down to the dam, which is just over there. Right, let's get this chipper fired up and let's get rid of this small wood pile. And once we've done that one, there is a small one there to get rid of, and another one there, and the final one, which is the biggest of the lot. I'm just going to throw these chips basically anywhere, so out towards the camera as we look now. We'll try and get rid of all this, get this area cleared up. This was just full of branches and logs. We'll get this area cleared today, and then we'll get the chainsaws out and we'll work our way further down this hill. As you can see, as usual, there is a lot of dead wood in this area. I've never touched this yet, so I'm looking forward to tidying all this up. Now there's firewood, as you can see, but it is hard work getting all of this. So the nearest access point, once I'm down here, it is looking up through. Basically there's an access road just on the other side of those wood stores there, so I can get the car parked up somewhere near there. The bottom line is, most of this wood will be a case of booking it to length and then bringing it out by hand. There'll be a few dead trees to come down as well, as you can see. But first of all, let's get that chipper going and get all that wood chipped. And hopefully we'll get the next one down there. Okay, so that is me done. All of this wood now chipped and the area looking a lot better, and the plants that I've put in recently, they've all got a bit of mulch around them now, which is nice. Right, just do a quick pan around and then I'm going to go get some lunch. You can see all the 4 wood piles now all gone. Plants are in this fenced off area, keeping the kangas off them. They've got a little dousing of mulch, which will help. Right, lunchtime, and then let's get the chainsaws out and have some fun. Okay, so I'm back on the hill now. Had a bit of a lunch break. So what I'm going to do, I've got the 462, just sharpened the chain on it, and we're going to cut down some of these small trees. Like that one there, which is dead, it's only small. Another one in the middle there with a saw just underneath it. There's one close to the car there which needs to come down. And then we'll work our way through some of this wood that's down here. Do a bit of a tidy up, create some piles to work our way through. And once we've done that, which will basically be a swathe of land along here that'll be cleared. Once that's done, we'll then step down the hill even further and move into the next row of trees. Again, what I'm trying to do is to just clear sections at a time and finish them. Otherwise I end up with lots of jobs that are partly done and non-finished, and I end up with all the rubbish stuff to do all at once, which for me the rubbish stuff is walking backwards and forwards with all these logs. So I'm going to start and finish tasks today. So let's start by knocking a couple of trees down, and then we'll finish by walking all these logs into a nice neat pile, and then we'll see if I've got time to start the next section. So this one already has a lean that away, and actually half of the tree's already burnt away. So I'm literally just going to do a back cut on this and push it over. There's like quite a bit of overkill grabbing the 462 to cut into that, but that's just a saw that's at hand and ready to go. So we'll get this sort of cut up now, and then we'll walk this one down the hill. Right, well that's me for the next hour, doing exactly the same, cutting down the trees, bucking them to length if I need to, walking all the scraps down to a common pile where I can get the chipper onto it again in the future. Right, so I shall bring you guys back once I'm done, maybe in about an hour's time. Ooh, boy, the sun's bright now. Right, I am going to have to call it for today. Do a quick tour of what we've got done. So that is the wood pile of sticks that we've brought down the hill. So we've taken 2 trees down, only small. Basically every big branch that was in this spot has now all been taken out. I was hoping I was going to have more time to cut some more trees up, knock some of those big branches down and that, but no, time's got away from me today. So hey, thanks for watching, hopefully you've enjoyed it, and if you have, don't forget, stay tuned because there'll be more coming to you from the Rural Project.